Hey, how's it going? My name is James P. White. That is the laughing Chris Mooney. He laughs every time I start this intro, but he never wants to start it because I'm so
Nope,
damn good at it.
100%.
This is the Bald and Short of It podcast, circling the toilet bowl of loathing and hatred. And if you are watching this podcast right now as we put it on YouTube, you've actually heard the song that Mooney had made on AI, which is fantastic. Um,
So good.
I
It's so
I
good.
I almost cried. It was tears of joy and happiness. But yes, if you are watching this podcast on YouTube or on Facebook or wherever, uh, that we are now famous.
Tell
We
us what
have
tell
our
us
own
what
theme song.
tell us what you think of the new theme song because it's
It
fucking
is
hilarious.
it is the most amazing thing. It's the most fun you can have with your pants on. Um, and that is the Bald and Short of It podcast. We haven't seen each other at all this week, have we? With
No, I thought that I was worried that you might need your tummy rubbed again, that I did something to piss you off. And
no, I was just like for Easter weekend, I
yeah,
spent
no,
time
I
with
get
my
that. But
family.
yeah, for the record, uh, you know, I had a verbal commitment from you to join my family and me at Chateau Louis for the Easter dinner, and there was a seat that was saved for you. And to your credit, no one's mad that you didn't. Well, I mean, disappointed because they want to see you, but there was a lot of people that were like, "Hey, where's Jimmy? I thought he was coming."
Yeah, I
And
know your family and friends like me better than you. It's kind of
yeah,
weird
I
that way.
know it's the old thing, but you were missed, and like you said, I didn't hear from you at all. So I'm like, you know what? I don't know. It'd be
Yeah,
like,
I was like again. My
no,
cousin
that's
Angela
important.
and I,
Yeah, yeah, that's
we
good.
were hanging out, and we're family. We live in the same city, and to be honest, I love her dogs. Her dogs are amazing. I want to choke them half the time, but it's just if you're not
If you've
and
ever had kids.
and and to be honest, dogs are like kids. They are so much like like I see how her dogs they react differently to her than they do with me, and they do certain things to aggravate her that but they do different ones to aggravate me or vice versa. Like it's kind of funny, but I really do like her dogs. But
There's an old
it was a good
Sorry, go ahead.
Easter. I got to like I went to church on Friday. Like it was Good Friday. I went to church on Sunday. Um and it was just a it's actually one of the first Sundays or Easters in a long time that I actually went to church on both days.
Oh, good for you, man. I have to tell you, I watched I haven't seen like The Passion of the Christ since like it came out, that Mel Gibson movie, like with
Yeah,
starring Jim Caviezel, filmed in Aramaic, like the actual language they spoke.
yeah.
And I was much younger when it came out. And holy cow, I watched it on Saturday, and then Sunday I finished it, and Easter Sunday. And oh my God, like if that doesn't inspire faith, if you're Christian at all, like I'm Catholic, but they talk about the sacrifice Christ made, and like, and just it was like, man, like you think about what that man went through, and on behalf of the world,
Like
and
the
and
pain and
yeah,
all the detail behind it. And if you liked that movie and you love reading, there's a I can't think of the name. I think the name of the author is Lee Strobel, and
mhm.
it's a book called The Case for Christ. And so what it was is he was a reporter and he was trying to prove it wrong. He was trying to prove like
Oh, like, yeah,
he was looking for proof that it was fake
yeah.
or like that it really and the whole thing and he goes through all the detail and he actually gained faith from it by when he did the research and looked at the details of the pain like the crucifixion is more pain than it looks like it's not
It looks
like
pretty bad.
it looks bad like they use the cat of nine tails like the whip that they used on him with glass and metal shards
Well, they showed
and
that in The Passion,
yeah,
and, like, I mean, obviously, there's acting attached to it, but,
yeah,
the I read I think one of the things that compelled me to watch that again is, like, I think it's going on Daily Wire, at the platform Daily Wire, like, to watch for anyone, and but more importantly, like, I've been reading articles about it, and I remember Jim Caviezel, the guy who played Jesus, like,
yeah.
he's a staunch Catholic, and, so is Mel Gibson, but they were I remember listening to a podcast with him, and he was talking about it, and he's like, he had hypothermia on the cross because it was freezing when they were filming, and he was up there for however long, and he was like, it wasn't hard to act, and he actually had some kinda heart damage from it too, um, uh, like, he gave himself so much to the role, and he was actually, like, 33 at the
He
time, like, the
he
age of
was
Jesus,
yeah, because I saw interviews too where
and he had to
it
have
it
open heart surgery after, like, 2 open heart surgeries
it
after,
caused
and
so much damage to his
yeah,
body, and he was just acting, and he didn't actually have this stuff done to him, but it was so, physically, mentally, and, like, psychologically taxing, the whole
yeah,
thing,
eh,
that he stopped acting for a little while after
yeah.
because he needed to get himself together.
Well, and Mel Gibson told him before he even agreed to sign on to the role that, you know,
We're
Hollywood
going
doesn't
full bore.
Hollywood doesn't wanna make this movie, and, um, and I'm financing it myself. By the way, it made like 633 million or $611 million. Anyway, that's beside the point. And he said, "You might get blacklisted after you agree to star in this." And he's like, "I don't care. It's my faith." Um, he's like, "I'm 33. My initials are JC. Like
Yeah.
I have to do it." And the performance was just like I'm positive he didn't win an Oscar, but holy shit, he should have. Like just
Uh, there were didn't they win some kind of Oscar? I'm
Yeah, I don't know, man, but that was like literally one of the biggest movies of the year at the time. And I mean, like I said, watching it again, um, and being this many years older, I was just like, man, I need to be more faithful because I believe in him, and and I should never take for granted the sacrifice he made. And by the way, in that movie, like the article I wrote, there were two people. There were actually three people who worked on the crew and cast set on that for that movie that converted throughout the process, and one of them was like a Muslim assistant director guy or whatever, and he converted. Um, anyway, that's what I way too long, but um, for those of you that aren't quite 100% on board with Christianity or whatever, I also, because I watched The Passion, I was like so hungry to watch more. I watched Last Temptation of Christ by Scorsese, and
oh,
that
okay.
that was based on a novel too by Nikos Kazantzakis, who wrote one of my favorite novels of all time called Zorba the Greek, which basically um, both novels they're kind of related insofar as like they explore like the glory of like mortality and who you are and living life to its fullest and stuff. And the Last Temptation of Christ, it's almost like the opposite of Zorba, but where he's like, I don't want to do this. I don't why me? Why me, God? And like near the end, there's the whole process where he questions uh why he should have to do this and all that kind of stuff. And everyone says, well, Christ is God in man or whatever, and this is more like man in God, where he's tempted by, and there's periods of temptation in the movie. The book's better, but the movie was still, I loved it when it came out, and I was okay about The Passion when it came out. Now that I'm a little older, I love The Passion, and I'm kind of like, about Last Temptation of Christ.
You know what I find funny? Like when I was growing up, Easter long weekend on TV, they always used to have the 10 Commandments with Charlton Heston, and it was
Oh yeah,
but it has nothing to do with
with
Easter,
Easter, yeah, it's all
but
like
it's just
Old Testament.
but it's was always on Easter weekend on one of the days. which is kind of ironic when it's Old Testament.
Well, when they say Judeo-Christian values, like it starts with the Judeo, like with the Ten Commandments and stuff. So, I mean, any opportunity people have to sort of think on that level again is probably good for the soul and society as a whole. So I got no problem with that, whatever it is. Um,
So the Passion of the Christ was actually nominated for best cinematography, makeup, and original score, but they didn't win anything.
God, it's fucking like what was I don't want you to waste time doing the research, but I wonder what was up, like what won that year.
That was 2005. Can't believe it was that long ago.
Yeah, literally 20 years ago. So that would explain why my perspectives changed. I mean, I've had a family since then and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Met you,
I'm not
met
going to look that one up, but it's
met
just yeah,
you, assembled assembled
it's
a
assembled the Bald and Short of It podcast, and its numerous splinter cells.
that coming up. Jimmy will
Yeah,
tell you more about it later.
about our splinter cells. So yeah, like it is a good movie. I didn't watch it this weekend, but yeah, it's such a well done movie.
Oh, it's so powerful. But as far as the rest of my weekend, and like we didn't, I haven't. Have I even talked to you since our last podcast?
Did we go anywhere?
I don't think so.
I don't think we
I feel
did. We
like
were
Jesus in the desert, like
no, we were gonna like. I got a note from you and from Johnny that you were going
Friday.
on Friday,
Yeah,
but I was going to church.
yeah. On Friday, I I was lucky enough to spend time with Kieran's godparents, Tony and Carla. They're just wonderful people, and but we met up with Johnny first, which was great. And by the way, on Sunday, because we were at Chateau Louis, Lisa was there too, and she said hi. And that leads me to what I did Saturday. Kieran and I went to the hockey game. That's my boy Kieran, and because I got him those tickets for Christmas. Near the end of the season, Golden Knights, like the Oilers.
How was it?
The Oilers didn't win, but we were sure excited for it. But he came over and I pulled out the smoker for the first time this year and had a couple steaks and then went to the game, had a few drinks, and then we met Johnny at that Hani Tiki bar. I think you've
What's
been there
that?
with us. It's like just south of Smoke, which used to be Denison.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
and it's a great little hole in the wall
I
joint.
don't
It's
feel like
awesome,
I've been
man.
there.
And we had too many drinks there, but um, it was the bill was like 100 odd bucks, and I'm sitting next to my kid, and he hijacks me to pay it, and that's what I always try to do to my old man, and he always gets mad at me, and I was mad too, but I was kind of proud of him too. Like he's too
Ah,
young to
he's
be
okay.
paying.
You needed to pay for him. He's a university student.
I know. I
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
telling you.
Be a man.
I literally had $100 bill in my fucking hand, like and tip, but uh, I'm
Like,
just saying, like I was mad and proud at the same time, if you know what I mean. And
be a
yeah,
man.
and then like a genius, we went home and I had a bit of a box of wine there, and we kept talking, and before you know it, it's like 2:30 in the morning, and oh my god, and that poor kid was like we were going drink for drink, and holy crap. So Sunday, I saw Lisa, who normally serves us at
Yeah,
Julian's at Chateau
yeah,
Louis. She's like, "Hey guys," because Johnny was there too. He's another guy that missed you, friend of the podcast, Johnny.
yeah.
And she says, "Chris, do you want a drink?" Or like as soon as she sees me, because like she knows. I'm like, yeah, sure, hook me up, right?
Uh,
And I'm like, I'm like, you know,
she,
she
she.
goes, "You went after her last night a little bit, eh?" And I'm like,
Yeah. Like, it's.
told me to say hi. She goes, "Johnny's here. Where's Jimmy?" And I'm like, "I know. I can't tell you. That's what I spent the whole night making excuses for you."
I was with people that are more important than you.
Jimmy,
Um,
Jimmy and I are taking a break.
I need a break from the Mooney. Yeah,
I thought you guys were I thought you guys were ready to take the next step. Now we're taking a
no,
break.
no, it's. I was, uh, I,
No,
I
you had a
was,
good weekend.
I wasn't dealing with a Mooney withdrawal, not having you around. If you're worried about that,
It was a
I
nice
wasn't in Mooney withdrawal. Um,
it was a nice refreshing it's like a vacation.
a vacation for my soul.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I had a great weekend.
Good. I'm glad to hear that, man.
So the church that I go to, it's called Beulah Alliance Church, and I guess they do this every Easter. I don't. Does Catholic do baptisms on Easter? Or is it just on?
Oh, were you in the manger?
No, I wasn't in the manger. That's
Oh, that's
Christmas.
Christmas. Yeah.
That's
Next year.
Christmas. Next year I'll be in the manger.
Eight
Uh,
short months.
yeah, no, because they did baptisms, and it was like I was baptized like years ago, over
Yeah.
20, but when I lived in Tabor, but it was quite cool.
Did you get baptized?
No, not
Oh.
not not this time. Maybe next year. But
Can you do that? Like you get
you can be
baptized.
rebaptized. It's sort of like recommitting.
Yeah, but you're like okay, like I don't. I mean, I know about Anglican, and then like I know that Presbyterian is like Anglican adjacent, and Episcopalian is Anglican adjacent, and then you got Lutheran, and like there's all these little Christian sects that whatever. I don't want to get
they
into it,
they
but
they
what fucking difference does it make if you get baptized with another
with
outfit?
one
Like,
or the other. It's just it had in my personal opinion, and I could be wrong, but
yeah,
in my personal opinion, it's between me and Jesus.
yeah,
Like it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter if I do it. If it has to be at a Christian church, obviously. Like I wouldn't go and get baptized Mormon. That's not quite the same thing. And
it is
but
Christian though. Like, albeit with a lot.
and
It's kind of like
eh, Chris, no, no, it's not Christian. It's Christian like, yeah, no, ish. Like there's so many things that the Mormon Church that they do that's so against the Bible. Like
Actually, like or the New Testament or some of the things or whatever. But you'd know better than me because like Southern Alberta, people,
I
yeah,
grew up in a Mormon. I
people
grew
don't
up in
know.
a
Like,
Mormon community,
yeah, like
and like there's like
their tentacles reach. Like, I know I dated a girl from Lethbridge, and like half her friends were like back in high school, and half her friends were like Mormon.
like the biggest Mormon temple in Canada is in Cardston, which is an hour away from Tabor.
Yeah, that's why I said you'd know more about that shit than me. Like, I mean, I
Like
took some theology courses, but
they they yes, they read the Bible more Old Testament than New. The Book of Mormon, and then they have other doctrines that they follow as well. Like they don't just follow the Bible. There's the Bible, and the only one that they follow, that they read from is King James. It's all the other, like your international version, your
no,
international,
we
and
like if
like
you
whatever.
follow, if you go, like I took lots of theology when I was in university, and the King James is the Bible they tell you to get. So I don't think it's so
Like
much that, but
no,
what
but
I'm
it's
curious about is like John Smith. Is he like is like how does he figure in the hierarchy, right? Like, a Christians we go Father, Son, Holy Ghost, and then, and then then the prophets and a lot of Old Testament shit and stuff like that. Like, but John Smith is a primary figure, right? Like, do you know enough about
he's the one that wrote the Book of Mormon.
so he's
And
obviously on a higher plane than, you know,
but the thing is though, is from what I understand, and I've had this conversation with many people, is Mormonism is not like, yes, they have faith and they believe in grace, but it's by your actions. It's by what you do that gets you higher levels in heaven. The
I don't
more
mind
good
that.
the more good you do. No, that's not how it is though. Like under the Christian faith, that's not how it is. It's we all sin and fall short of the glory of God. Romans 3:23, but are
Yep.
justified freely through the Jesus Christ. I'm missing a couple of words,
But you
but
aspire to
but
do
the
you
thing is,
aspire to
yes,
acts of good that
yeah,
the
you do,
Mormons.
but that doesn't make you better than somebody else.
Mm,
Nothing makes
I
you
see what
better
you
than
mean.
anybody else. Like we all sin. Like
So it's kind of like I'm
if what anybody said, I don't sin, that I don't make mistakes, they are lying to themselves and everyone else. We all like our earthly bodies are drenched in sin. Like like that's just how it is. Like the only way we get away from sin is, when we leave,
repents and
repent, and when we are with Jesus, and the only way we can go to heaven is through Jesus himself.
sure. I mean, that's like believing in Christ, and I
But
understand that. Like, but
just
yeah,
because
I
you
think
do
I
good,
see your
just
point.
because you
I
do
see your
good
point.
things doesn't make you closer to God. It's
Yeah,
having the faith, it's having the belief, repenting, and knowing that you are fallible.
yeah, and
Like,
there are a lot of people that commit to acts of goodness or charity because like so that they can wave their dick in your face. Like
and because they look
it's a,
better. Like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
I give more to charity than you do.
Hmm.
I do this,
And
but
now that you mention it, like I know that the one thing I know about the Mormons is that they have a stipend where people have to commit like 10% of their income per annum to the church, which by
yeah,
the way is a great business model. And it's not hurt by the fact that hey, acts of goodness, i.e., give us money. So,
Scientology is big on that too. That's why a lot of the
I
big
know, yeah,
stars
yeah,
they give more than that. Like they give
yeah.
millions to the church every
I
year.
don't know enough about this to
But
go on, and I don't
yeah,
want to
like
bore anybody.
I
But
don't want to go too much into it, but I know enough. Like I lived in a
yeah,
Mormon
for
community.
sure.
Like I lived in Tabor. For those who don't know, it's a small town, southern Alberta. We had, just let me count, one, two. We had we had about 8 churches in Tabor.
Oh, I thought you were counting the people.
No, it was eight. When I was growing up, it was between 7 and 8,000. I think it's closer to 9, 10 now. We'll get into dealing with Tabor with sports actually in a bit, but and there was two great big Mormon churches,
Oh yeah,
and
I'm not surprised.
it's like,
One thing I
don't get
no
me wrong. And I don't want people to think that I don't like people because they're Mormon. I don't like it's like I don't give a shit what your religion is.
yeah,
I don't believe what you believe. That doesn't mean I don't like you.
yep,
If and that has to be
likewise,
said. Like you know what I mean?
likewise.
Like it's
Yep.
like if we disagree when it comes to religion or politics or whatever, I don't care. You're my
Yeah,
friend.
exactly.
It doesn't matter what you believe. Um, I believe what I believe, and I have faith in that. And if you believe what you want, all power to you.
I
It's
possess the humility of a Christian, though, to admit when I'm wrong and to acknowledge my fallibility. And if you have an idea that beats mine, then I wholeheartedly uh, welcome it and will embrace it. Not
Yeah,
necessarily theologically, but one observation I will make on the basis of my limited experience with people of the Latter Day Saint faith is that um, like again, my experience is limited, but that there's almost like a caste system where everybody who goes to church on whatever day Sunday they go, they know that so and so owns an auto dealership, or so and so, owns this strip mall or whatever, and there's sort of a element of, I want to say, like John Smithian devotion or elevation that they sort of get within the church.
It,
Does that align maybe a little bit?
it I think it does, but more into the effect of, oh, you own a company.
Well, no, of course, because I mean they got the
Yeah, like
thing,
you need
they got the 10%, so that guy obviously gives more.
you need to tithe more. You need to give more at the
Well,
offerings, stuff like
the
that.
guy who makes $1 million a year gives 10 times more than the guy who makes 100 grand. So like, and I think that that aligns with my whole. And again, limited knowledge. I'm not here to come after people, but it might align with my whole swinging your dick in someone's face.
Yeah,
That like, hey, look what I did, right? I hope I'm wrong, but my limited observation.
I don't think you are. Like
Yeah.
I didn't go to a Mormon church. I like I was asked many times. Again, I'm not Mormon, but
So they don't got a problem with like little people, obviously.
I have a problem with little people, and I am one. Like what does that have to do with anything? Like people go, oh yes, like now we're getting into this. So now we go squirrel. Okay, so you talk about oh, you don't like I don't like little people. I've had people go, hey, are you looking for a little woman today? I
Oh my
to be no,
God.
like I'm not attracted to little people. I don't know why. Like I think part of it has to do like the first time I ever met a little person, I was 26, and
Wow.
you know,
Yeah,
and
small
I
town, right? Yeah.
and I never like I've always been around tall people. Even since then, I outside of working with the basketball team, I don't see little people around here. I hang out with the littlest person I know that I hang out with is you. Um,
Yeah, but you know what? If I had your attitude, we wouldn't be friends. Have you ever thought of that, Slick?
what do you mean?
Well, you're
You
like,
had my attitude. What, you don't
judge
like
people
me?
based on their appearance. Like that's what it comes down to. I'm not here to be an
I
asshole. Not for
okay.
nothing.
I like I don't hate little people. I just don't I'm not attracted to them. I'm not used to them. Like it's I remember reading not reading, watching Brad Williams, the comedian. And by the way,
We haven't
told
got tickets yet. Holy fuck!
and I'm
That's,
told it's almost sold out, or it is sold out, or it's getting close. Um
I should get tickets now.
but I was looking, if you do get 3, and I'll give you money, but because my cousin wants to go. But because we were looking at it this weekend, and there's not a lot together anymore. Um,
Fuck. I did. You know what?
uh,
I totally escaped me.
yeah, but the thing is, though, is a lot of the little people that I've met in my lifetime, and we've kind of touched on this in the podcast before. It's woe is me. Oh,
Yeah, like the victim culture thing,
the
right? Like
victim culture
we made
is.
fun of it last week on our thing. Like like
And s
yeah.
and I'm all about victim culture. I'm a victim in everything, mostly dealing with you because you're just a dick. But, no, like, I don't believe in that stuff, and he doesn't either. And and I remember, watching a bit with him, and he was talking about, how people, see him, and they just get so excited and so happy when they see a little person. They're like, "A little person, look." And you know what? If I see a little person, I do a double take and go, "Was that a little person?" Like,
Do you ever walk by like a little person like at in a bar or in the mall or something and just do the old like
"Oh, it's oh, you do this, I do."
yeah, like just a little little tip of the cap,
Okay, so I have a story dealing with that. And it wasn't even it was before I got involved with Monster Pro Wrestling. I went to a show, and one of the shows, and I was there with Lachlan and Grant,
Yep.
and we're sitting there, and Grant got there before us, and he's calling us. He's on speakerphone, so excited. There's a little person here. There's a little person here. He was just so excited. There's a little person here, and then I show up, and he goes, "Yeah, he's here." And then we're sitting down, and then he goes, "Look, look, there he is." And then the guy starts walking towards us. And Grant's like, "He's walking towards us." And I get out of my chair and I go over to talk to him. And he goes, "They know each other." Like he was just so like it was like, and actually we used to work together on the basketball team, and he's has done wrestling.
So you guys
Um
would have been buddies.
we've did, like, he used to live in
Yeah.
Ontario and now he lives in Calgary.
Yeah.
Um but then Grant's like, "Holy shit, there's another one." And I'm like, "Do they have a bell on top of the building saying 'come all midgets'?" Or what, like, what's like, it was just Grant's reaction to to seeing another little person was just funny as hell.
Well,
Like,
yeah, because like, yeah, you're not used to it.
because again,
Besides you,
again,
if you know what I mean.
yeah, like, you see me, and then you're, "There's more of them." Like,
Yeah, well, I remember the first time you and I ever went for beers, just you and me. And I think it was Teddy's downtown.
yeah,
And
I feel it was.
yeah, and we
But
talked about,
it was after we did the
yeah, you did something for us
I
at
did
Druid. Druid.
at Druid or something, yeah.
Yeah, we just walked over to Teddy's or something. But uh like we had like deep talks and like for more than a couple hours, kind of like join us every week, everyone. But
That's
like
that's what led to this
but
podcast, of
you
actually
were like really
talking.
passionate about not midgetry or anything, but like just like like
I laugh every time you say midgetry.
well, like
Um,
just like what you believe in. And I was either still president of the Realtors Association of Edmonton or my term had ended or whatever. But I mean, I just that I really like like we had a lot of opinions that sort of aligned or a lot of values that align, and I was like, you know what you need to do, pal, is like you need to like have you ever I know I think I asked you, have you ever like don't they have like midget outfits where a fella can go and like lobby or like
they
be like
they
yeah, and then you told me I don't
they're
like
not.
and this might be why like going back to the original premise is like this might be why you're like I don't I went to a couple meetings kind of thing, but everyone was like, give me this, give me that. And that's
They're,
not how I was raised. And
they
that's actually literally how we sort of knew that we had a lot in common is like how we're raised and earn your keep and that kind of
like,
deal, right?
with the fact that I poke fun of myself. I did, like, for those who don't know, I stripped. Actually, we've talked about it on the show
Yeah, the
several times.
humility of a
Like
self-flagellating
I don't
Christian.
like I you know go and whore myself out as a leprechaun, elf, Santa Claus. I've done all of the above, and I poke fun of my size, and it's not and they don't like that. Like, it was actually the Little People's Association, and it started in Winnipeg, that actually fought legally for the minor hockey association to get rid of the midget league.
Doesn't Manitoba have a town called Gimli?
Yes.
Is that where they're all from? Because isn't there a character in Lord of the Rings
Son
called
of a bitch. I didn't even think of
I
that
either
until
until
right
now.
now.
I know.
I didn't even think of that till right now, but
The world
yes. It,
headquarters of the International Little People, Gimli, Manitoba.
but but the thing is, though, is I have fun, and I do poke fun at myself. I do make fun, like, I do. I do like that's how I got into radio.
Yeah,
Is they're like, hey, we want you to do this. We want to do we actually if I don't know, have I told this story on the pod? I think I might have, maybe our first or second. But how I got into to radio at the Bear was they did a shout out. Lachlan Cross did. He
yeah,
did a shout out looking for a little person to dress like a leprechaun and kick somebody in the shins. And they were doing a bit called "Will It Hurt?" And like he was like kicked by the professional fighters. He was like bench pressed by tall people. Like there was a bunch of crazy stuff that he did.
yeah.
Had his and nuts waxed. Um, and one of them was kicked by a little person. And I they're like, all we want you to do is kick him in the shins a couple of times. And I'm like, where's the funny in that? And they're like,
Oh, like you're like,
they're,
it's kind of like you're doing a screen test, and you're like, why does this character do this? And then the
they're
writers
but
go,
but
no, you're right. I don't know why I
they're,
didn't do
they're
that. Right?
they're like, okay, what's your idea? I'm like, what if I do some fancy karate kicks, like I'm gonna kick him in the shins, then I elbow him in the nuts, give him a stone cold stunner, and then I jump off a speaker and frog splash him. And they're like, okay, are you okay with doing that? This is my idea. Like, because every time I came up with an idea, and they're like, is that a little bit too much? And I'm like, it was my idea. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to come up with an idea for something for me to do and
Do you think
not want
it's
to do it.
do you think it's racist when they say it's a little bit too much?
Heightus, maybe not racist.
Oh,
Um,
okay, whatever.
but this conversation has got really long
We
so far.
just got like, what are you
We just
drinking? Like, switching gears, what are you drinking?
what am I drinking?
Well, anybody who's listening thus
I'm
far,
just
it's
gonna
like something.
I'm gonna show you this and guess what it is.
It's Jimmy Creek.
Jimmy Creek,
Jimmy
baby.
Creek. I got the old Duas white label.
Do us. Yeah, Jimmy Creek. But yes, what the hell were we talking about that we just came
This
all the way
is
over here?
this is
Uh,
basically like that first
no,
time I
like
met you, frankly.
we went from talking about going to church to um drunk things that I do as a little person.
Yeah.
Um,
No, but I talked about. I'm not going to go through the whole timeline or anything because, like, frankly, I don't remember it all. But I did
no,
say that our values align, the kind of fellas we are align, and you said if I'm going to advocate for a group, because I was like, I advocate for my profession because I'm a proud member, and my fellow members acknowledge that and know that, like, regardless of what the issue is, this man believes in what we believe in, i.e., the validity of whatever. And then you said, I'm like, why don't you do that? Because you're so well spoken about the,
oh,
the
dealing with the Little People's Association.
yeah, and all that. And then
Yeah,
you
that
said, yeah, like, all I
because
go, and then
I
everyone, all they do is bitch about, how come we don't get this? How come
equal
we don't get
rights
that?
and this and that. And like there's some things that they
It's
believe in that I do too. And I'll just dealing with Hollywood. Um because the thing with Hollywood is now they found it's actually cheaper to create a little person like using CGI and all
okay.
that kind
That's
of
all
stuff
new
rather.
shit. Like, that's
But
way
that's
before even our
yeah.
conversation. Like,
No, but it's just that. But a lot of the Little People's Association are fighting that where they had Snow White and the new Snow White movie. They didn't even call them dwarves. They called him something else. It wasn't even Snow White and Seven Dwarfs.
is this the one where they had the chick that was like basically like trashing the movie? Uh, this was a couple years ago. They had this totally leftist girl that was like,
Yeah, like a
uh,
year, like it's like
yeah. And then
a
I'm
year and
like,
a half, 2 years
wait a
ago.
minute. You're walking around like under contract to promote the movie, and you're shitting on society. Meanwhile, like, there's like seven like little people that could have got jobs, and they CGI'd them all in. Like, you didn't know that when you were like patting some cocksucker on the head on green screen. Like, come on, fuck out of here.
Yeah, because I don't think they used. I'm just looking at. Yeah, that one came out in 2025. Oh, okay. We got one little person.
Like, thank God for the poor bastards that did Wizard of Oz that they didn't do it
They
in
had a couple of little
2026.
people. They weren't all little people, but
Yeah,
did
maybe
you
because
say
there's like,
did you say thank God for the Wizard of Oz?
thank God for the Wizard of Oz that they didn't do that shit now, because there'd be a lot of midgets that didn't get a piece of bread, eh? Not for nothing.
I I don't know what to say there. Uh, that's
I'm
fantastic.
gonna say this for like, I'd hire you any day of the week, and I have. So before we became friends, well, even after, really.
Yeah, I've stripped it undisclosed locations and undisclosed events. Uh, well, speaking, I just saw this. It was just announced. You're not a rock. You're not an '80s 90s rock guy, are you?
That
You're
depends on the rock. Like I like Van Halen, but I'm not like hair metal.
so Twisted Sister.
I bought that album with the "We're Not Gonna Take It" on it. Obviously I didn't like it because I don't remember the title, but D.
I can't
Snyder.
like I have
Did they the whole band reunite, or like I know that
no,
D. Snyder was.
they're without D because he's got throat cancer or something, and he
It's like
can't
a what a
like
yeah.
he's got some
Okay,
kind of
what's your
voice.
point?
They just announced a tour and they're not coming to Alberta, but
Oh,
they're coming
gee.
to Ontario.
Oh,
But
good.
instead of D, Sebastian Bach from and he was from
What happened to you,
Skid Row.
Sebastian Bach? Like, holy cow!
But the thing is, he got kicked out of his band,
I know he did.
and the reason he got kicked out of his band is he was a total gong show. He was on every drug you could name.
Yeah,
He was
and
a
I'm like,
heavy alcoholic. He
obviously he
used to
still is.
he used to fight. Supposedly he's cleaned up a bit, but
He was on Trailer Park Boys. That was kind of fun.
he's like he. I was warned of him because Locke and I were supposed to interview him when he was at Tail Creek, and the the
Can you explain Tail Creek to our listeners?
Tail Creek was a music festival that
Okay,
was like near was near Legal,
okay, so not far.
and because it was Boonstock, and then they had to change names. It was different ownership, and it became Tail Creek. But Locke was afraid of me doing the interview with him because if I said the wrong, like he was the guy. If you said the wrong thing to him, he'd throw down. Like he will beat the shit out of you. Like he was a violent
Yeah,
man.
but you're like a cool dude. Like you'd have got along with him. Like I can't imagine that.
I'm
I'd be like,
sarcastic. I'm sarcastic, and there's some people that don't understand sarcasm, and
yeah,
like
like if you were
like
like a lead singer of one of the top charting bands for like 1 year, maybe 1.5 years, at 18 in life, and like I know there's a couple others, and then some guy goes like, "What happened?" and you're high.
and then
I
what
can't imagine like
what
he's
happened to you? And then you punch him in the face, and he goes, "Okay,
like,
I get it." Um,
why are you like north of fucking Legal in Post Hole, Alberta? Like, but
uh,
you never would have asked it that way. So I don't
but
know.
the
Not for
thing
nothing.
is,
I love Logan.
but
I'm just saying, like
the
that
thing
would have
is
been fun
though
to watch.
he did put on a good show. Um,
Yeah,
the thing is though is doing small town music festivals are a thing now. Like that's huge, especially in Canada. We
when
have music festivals everywhere, like coast to coast in
my old band,
BC.
we did Guitars and Wagons in Grand Prairie, and uh, a guy, a promoter, kind of burned us on our CD release party because Dan Mangan was in town, and he's kind of Canada wide. He's from down east, and
Was
we
that
had
the CD party that I was your doorman?
Yeah, like the original version was we got burned by a fella, and then he hired us to do uh like headline, not head one of the nights, guitars and wagons, like Friday or Saturday. And we kind of got the, by the way, this is a word of advice for you, Jimmy. Like, even though we're much older now, but we got like the whole thing, the room was paid for, we got our nut for the show, and then all the beer. Like, we showed up for sound check at like 3 in the afternoon, and there's like a bucket of beer, like literally like a massive like Budweiser, those big red buckets, like with
Oh
beer
yeah.
on ice. And we've been driving for like 4 odd hours, 4.5 hours. And we asked the guy that hired us, like, is it okay if we have one? He goes, that's yours, fellas. So we do sound check. Then we go back
And
to the
you're
room.
gooned.
Then we go back to the room and we're like crushing it. And because what else are we gonna do, right? Like, we had to wait to play. We're like, yeah, we'll be there at 7. And like it was like 8. But I remember between 8 and 9 when we were supposed to be on stage, and I'm playing drums. So you got to be pretty square. Like, you're keeping time over here. And I crushed, like, I counted 21 500 milliliter bottles of water. Probably took like 3 pisses. And my biggest worry when I got behind the kit for when we started at like 9:30 was like, not that I couldn't keep time, but that I was going to piss myself.
Yeah, like I know when you're doing events like that. Like I've emceed many things in my past, like with the radio. You have to pace yourself, like here,
100%.
here,
And
here,
like,
there.
especially you, man, because honestly, like, not for nothing, but I saw you at St. Patrick's, and
That wasn't pacing
and
myself.
I,
Like
I
I
know that I know that you did a good job at all your stops. I'm sure you were fantastic. But
But
having said that,
I was pretty. I went. I like, as Locke puts it, I go from zero to fuck pretty quick, but
yeah,
I coasted fuck for a while,
yeah,
and then I go holy fuck, and then good night.
yeah.
It's like,
But it's also summer, so you're not wearing a felt suit,
yes,
like
I
sweating
won't.
out,
I
like,
I think I will be
like
sporting
a
like,
t-shirt and cargos or something, eh? Like,
no, actually, because as you know what, for this, might as well get into that since we're kind of just sliding our way into all these different things. Like
oh yeah, that gig this summer, yeah, right.
the
It's all,
gig this
it's
summer
in
is
our
called
notes.
the
We
it's
ran
called
into it
the
by coincidence, but
yeah.
whatever.
No, but it's just that, like, we just kind of just been zigzagging through everything. We have no structure to this show today. But the Energetic County Fair, it's in Fort St. John. It is in July. It is, I should have the dates here.
Like, before
20
you get the, like, while you get the dates, like, talk about who's playing, because our listeners, some of whom are fans of the bands that are on the lineup, and might want to come, not because they don't love you, but just because of the lineup. And if they
Oh, it's
want
a
to, if
huge
they want to,
lineup, but it's just
like,
I have that.
I know that your whole weekend is covered, but I want to be there just to, like, to hang out with you. And some of those bands are names I want to see.
Oh, it's huge. I'm just
So,
trying to
what's it called
it's
again?
it's the Energetic County Fair, and it's in Fort St. John. I believe it is
Fort St.
in
John Con. So name the bands.
so but it runs from July 16th to the 19th,
Pro
and it is in Fort St. John, BC.
Con.
And the main bands that are going to be there is Blue Rodeo,
Pro.
the Road Hammers,
Pro.
and High Valley,
Pro.
and John Foster. And then there's
Pro.
a bunch of like smaller bands that are going to be there, so semi local, rising artists. And
Like
on the
my old
first
band.
and the first night, so is the Thursday, and that is going to be Mini Kiss. Have you heard of
Pro.
Mini Kiss?
No,
Have,
but pro.
so Mini Kiss is basically a Kiss cover band.
Is that like
That's
Alvin and
all.
the Chipmunks singing "I Was Made for Loving You"?
kind of, but
I'm kidding.
they speak with like a voice like
I
mine.
know, I know.
Like
You know, I'm kidding.
most of them will probably be my type of dwarfism. The reason,
I want to be at that. I want to be at their after party with you and those fellas.
oh, that's gonna be. I'm even bringing my Gene Simmons mask. Um,
No, you
but
shouldn't. You're better than that. You're the host, man. You're like, hey,
no,
fellas.
I've got all kinds. I've got all kinds of
You
costumes that
walk
I'm
into
bringing.
that locker room and there's like four fellas, and you're like, it's like
It's funny how you do this
all
and
the
I do
boys know.
this. Like it's
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. It's just kind of the same thing, but it's kind of like, yeah, we know, we know.
is it on? Is it on? Let's go.
I'm like, I think I'd go just to see Blue Rodeo, but if Blue Rodeo's on Sunday, like you might have to hang out.
I
I'm
think
sure
it's
they
the
are.
opening.
Blue Rodeo.
I think they don't like. I don't have the exact. Yeah,
Well, whoever's listening, it's like in
it's
July, so we have a few
it's
months to let you know.
16th to the 18th.
Yeah. So when's Blue Rodeo playing? Do you know what night?
They don't have it in here, but
Mhm.
usually if they have the headliners in order, it's usually then the first night,
No,
like so the
no, it's
first
not.
main. Not
The
always.
poster is like the poster. It's actually the opposite. Like, um, like I went to see Van Morrison.
Road
Thank
hammers
God.
are good.
I know. No, they're awesome. But I went to see Van Morrison at Folk Fest, and that year, and he played Sunday night at the end. And that year, the top of the headline obviously is like Van Morrison. So it's kind of like
so
almost the
maybe,
opposite.
but
Blue Rodeo play like
Blue,
the last
yeah,
set on Sunday night or
Blue
Saturday night.
Rodeo is the like the longest, like is the oldest band in the group.
Well, they're also awesome. So
Yeah, no, like they're played in every genre there is. Um, classic rock, the rock, country.
like I don't
They
know too many guys our age that don't love Blue Rodeo.
And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. So now that we're actually on that event, so I'm actually the MC of the weekend, which I'm really looking forward to. And I was talking to one of the organizers, and he's like, "Hey, we want you to interact with the crowd." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got some ideas." And he goes, "Okay, like what?" And I'm like, one of which is during the shows and during throughout the day, after I do my announcing and stuff, run through the crowd with a camera. And it like back when I did it with Tail Creek and Boonstock, I had a GoPro on my forehead and was running through, and we called it
Oh,
the
like
ass cam.
you have experience. Like you've
Yeah,
already done
and,
it.
and we
Yeah.
called it the ass cam. But and we either recorded it or live streamed it to the overhead screen. So, just before they go on stage, I announce they're coming on in 10 minutes. I'm running through the crowd, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to do some video. If you see me, you know, do something or whatever. And then I go running through the crowd. I'm going to be wearing a couple of different outfits. We're doing 50, there's a ton of stuff that we're doing. I have a number of outfits that's
Yeah, make sure they're not felt because you'll sweat
Oh,
everywhere.
I have felt. I have Gene. I'm not wearing the leprechaun this time,
With the
unless
Kiss guys, I'm gonna tell you right now. Like we can argue.
I
We can argue about it if you want, but the Kiss guys are the guys dressing like Kiss.
oh
You're the role model like midget that like got the
no,
gig and is like
but I
running the
will
show. So you go, hey
no
fellas, how's it going? And do
no,
the
but
head
it's just
nod.
when I do the mask thing, I have already got that part figured out. Is because I'm starting out the weekend, and they're the first act, so I'll come out dressed up as that. No, I'm not Mini Kiss. I'm James P. White, like I have like going in
Okay. Oh, like
like
kind of introduce everyone to
kind
like
of
Jimmy
introduce
the
it,
man, Jimmy
like
the fucking man. Yeah.
because I did that for Thunder Down Under. I did it at I think it was River Cree, where I introduced the Thunder Down Under, and I came out as Cinnamon Jimmy, my one of my stripper names,
And this
and it
like
said
did
I'm not stripping, but I'm Cinnamon Jimmy,
And
and
I'm
all I did was
listen, wearing a thong, and you're welcome. And here's Thunder Down Under.
yeah, like, no, I
Yeah.
was wearing pants and my suit jacket, my pink
Uh,
suit jacket, but yes, so, uh, there's a ton of stuff going
that
on. If
sounds like a
you
lot of fun, man.
this event, if you need to see this,
Yeah.
like, road hammers are awesome. I have I've dealt with them at other events, and they
I
don't
know
like
they're good. They're a really
but
great outfit.
they don't like radio people. Um,
Oh, so that sucks. Like,
no, but the thing is a lot of the guys a lot of people in the industry love radio people, but they don't like talking to them because it's another thing that's thrown on to their I need to do this for this show.
yeah,
And it's
you could be working in your dad's auto garage, like 9 to 5, and
but
even Easter's in the
they're
morning.
already going to a sold out show. Why do they need to talk to a radio guy? The
Like, remember we were talking about humility earlier? It's like, hey, man, think about all the things you could have been if this single didn't break or whatever. Like, it blows my
but
mind that
but
people don't
radio
treat people equally
but
with
radio
respect.
is different now than it was before because they don't sell albums. It's all streaming and downloads. But we digress.
Hmm.
S- So I have no idea where we're at.
Oh,
Let's
I
get
know.
it.
I wanted to ask Rock. This is a preview for something we have later. How far from Edmonton is Fort St. John? Can you hear that?
Yeah.
About 410 miles or 660 kilometers driving,
So
roughly
6 hours.
hours on the road.
Oh,
Straight
7 hours.
line it, it's around 350 miles.
Well, they say 7, but if you drive the way you should, that's
I'm
a hike. That's farther than Grand Prairie.
yeah, like
But
I
Blue
thought
Rodeo, like,
oh, and
I'm not. You
they
know what
put
I'm.
on a good show.
You know what I'm like almost thinking, and I might do is like rent an RV. Do they? Is it like in a field somewhere, or like can a fella
I
bring?
I think so. Like I'm
You
just
have you
looking.
have 3 months to figure it out, Jimmy, and
Okay,
you know
hold
the
on.
promoters.
Hold on. I'm just like I have the thing open. Let me look at it. Um so you can get tickets with camping.
With camping. Okay,
With it, like you can get passes with camping. You can get reserved
what
tables.
does it say? What they cost?
Um for the like you could with parking it's RV festival parking.
Let's go, baby.
That doesn't look right.
I
There
have
you
an
can get
idea
50
forming
bucks.
in my head, like right now, like totally spontaneous. But it's like if you get it, like everyone buys their own ticket or whatever, or maybe the RV thing has a ticket piece to it. But um, yeah, I mean it's in Fort St. John and Blue Rodeo is playing, so obviously they're gonna have people coming there.
There is camping. So it says bird festival and camping package is $395.
And that's for the whole thing. Is that per person? It
I
must
believe
be
it. I believe it
because you got to
is,
wear it on your wrist. So
and you can reserve tables or you can do GA seating, um, and it's cheaper for youth.
I'm going to investigate this between now and next podcast because I'd like to go just to support you. But Blue Rodeo, I've seen them like at least 10 times. But I have friends that might think that might be a fine weekend. Anyway, we'll figure it out later. Don't want to bore our listeners.
By me looking it up while I'm a couple whiskeys in.
Do you want me to totally switch up gears?
Let's totally switch gears.
Okay. Go to Starbucks. When you go to Starbucks, let me ask you this. Let's start with that. What do you order when you go to Starbucks? Like typically?
I normally just get whatever their largest coffee is in black.
Venti Black. Me too. I'm the same guy. This is bad radio, but truthfully, how many times you gone to Starbucks? You're in a line with like two people in front of you. I'm not even talking about a long lineup. I'm not talking about Midtown New York or something, like at 8:30. And there's like Edmonton, two people in front of you. And then like, oh, God forbid somebody's got a note. Because the note is like she's coming for the office.
Oh
Or
yeah,
or
we don't
she or
even.
he. She or he's
I have
coming.
it.
And they're like,
I have a McDonald's story.
I would like, yeah, okay, this is good because I add like in our notes, I'm talking like Starbucks. Um, I think in the notes I also talked about like buying a single pop at a convenience store when someone's doing VLTs or not VLTs,
The
the
lottos.
lotto, right? Yeah, but so
Check this ticket.
like
Like, and they have 100 tickets
I
that they have to check.
okay, this is the perfect scenario, and actually, I think that I might not be like you or most of our listeners. Well, I know definitely not you, but I'm going to Starbucks and I think, oh, okay, like it's 8 aught, maybe it's 8:20, whatever, and maybe I'll like slide into the drive-through, and the drive-through's got like fucking 6 cars, and the parking lot looks pretty solid, so I go in the parking lot, slide in, I'm good. And then there's like only two people there. And I'm like, I feel like I'm a genius because I overrode the lineup for the drive through, right?
Yeah,
Like if I'm in the drive through, I'm like number 8. I go into the store and there's like two people.
and you're like,
And
winner.
I'm like, yeah, Mooney. By the way, motherfuckers, in the drive through, Mooney's number 3 now. He would have been 9. Should have been smarter. And I'm there, and then the whoever was in front, they get their mochaccino or whatever latte, whatever these people order, and then the person in front of me pulls out a little piece of paper and goes,
Pulls out a legal sized piece of paper.
it's like Ron from accounting, Helen from HR, like it's like 10 people. And
It's like a scroll.
she's like, I would like a venti mocha fuccacino, and it's just like it goes on and on, and it's like decaf, non-caf, like I don't even know what these people order because like you, Jimmy, I'm going for a venti black, and like places like Starbucks should like even more than the grocery should have an express lane.
100% they should. Like two or less, 3 or less items.
Yeah, yeah.
If you have a list, like I had the same issue at McDonald's. Like on Easter Sunday, my cousin wanted a coffee and a breakfast sandwich before we went to church, and we stood in line, and the guy in front of us, no word of a lie, just ordering coffee, just coffee, $110. I think it was over 100 just coffees.
No, because he's like, you said Friday. Was it Friday?
No, it was Easter Sunday. But it was like it was ridiculous. Like it was like maybe not 100. It was at least $80, but still, it was just
like, how many dollars worth of coffee? Like so, but, obviously, you don't have it. Like you're obviously hosting people. Well, you don't got one at home. Like the fuck.
But then he's ordering all this, and then. But then you hear, then we go up to the same person and we tell them something. Did you say this? No, it's sort of like when you go, hey Siri, call Chris Mooney. You want to know how long it is to the moon? No, like that's kind of the conversation that you have with some of these people that are running the drive-through, or whatever. They need to be able to listen too.
So this whole endemic happened to you at McDonald's, like
at McDonald's.
Like 3 days ago.
3
4
days
days ago.
ago.
And so you're next. Well, there's one guy in front of you. You're like, oh great, he's gonna get his McMuffin meal and fuck
And
off,
it
right?
and
But he ordered like
27 coffees, like, or whatever it was,
what is it like? Okay, what?
and like with, like, and steamed milk and goat milk,
And you
like,
know what? You know what else though too is that like if it was my business, I would make sure that I'd like even like actually if you're like the manager, that's the perfect time for me to slide in and go, hey, by the way, I don't mind if Jane takes care of that fella. What do you got? Right? Like
yeah.
right? Like
But
I'll take
but
care
if
of
you're
you and your black.
like
Like
like like like at the McDonald's, like, you were just talking about Express Line, same thing. Like at McDonald's now, a lot of them, they have the 2 drive-through lines. You have
that's all right, yeah.
like you have the 2 lines. You should
But that's
have,
like by the way,
but
not for
but
nothing, Jimmy.
you should have the the 5 or less line here and the big loads here. Like, you know what I mean? So that the people that are ordering less items are like,
Actually,
if you're just getting 3 items, like, you can get
do,
through more people.
you raise a good point because like here's where I want to land on this is that like if I was that guy with the list, like and I would never be that guy because I'm like, you know what? I would give somebody that I work with $20 to be that guy. Like, cause I don't want to be that bitch. Cause guess what? I'm like a venti black all the time. Venti black, like venti black strong,
Your
like whatever
largest
you got.
coffee black. Like,
Yeah,
either
hundred
do you
percent
want
all the
dark
time.
roast, blind
And
roast?
it's like
I
I've
like
been the victim of the office guy and whatever. And I'm like, I will give you $20. I know it's my turn. 20? Oh, no? Okay, how about 30? Because I don't want to be that guy that holds
like
up the
a
whole
$30 tip.
operation. Right. And then maybe they have I know they have an app now, but I don't want to be caught up in all that bullshit. But like truthfully, um, in my opinion, uh, yeah, express lane. It's like if your order includes, it's almost like syllables. What do we
Like,
say? Venti black. That's 3 syllables. So what if we say soy non-fat venti black?
oh yeah, there's
So
so
five
many,
syllables or less.
with
So you have
a double
so
shot of espresso,
so you
and
go
then
you
like,
go five like the 5 syllables or less, right? Five syllables or less, like lane, and then the
like
rest. Because like
or 5 items. Like, it's
yeah.
like the same thing as a grocery store. Because if you have an express line for just like 3, like
Well,
5
that was the
items,
whole thing. It's like the express line should be based on like honor system,
like
but
5
like
items.
but
Like,
society is increasingly diminished in its element of honor, if
oh,
you know what I mean.
I don't want to
Like if
wait
you
in
have the
line, bro.
honor system, and then the guy with the 10 office orders comes in and he goes, "Oh shit, that lineup's too long." And I know Jerry from accounting is going to get mad at me if I show up in 40 minutes, even though he's ordering a non-fat decaf soy almond milk motherfucker lat. I don't even know what these guys order, So then he fucking sneaks in, and yeah, like if I was Starbucks, I would totally do like 5 syllables or less. In fact, I think that many of their patrons would love them if they did that. They would actually gain
If they
traction
had an
social
express line,
media league. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
they should, like 100%. But, like, now that we're on express lanes and stuff like that, let's talk about Walmart, where they have the self checkout, which I'm not a fan of the self checkout, because usually I need a staff member to help me use the staff checkout because I can't reach any of the shit.
Yeah, because
Um,
some of it's like for me, like for me it's like here, but for you it's like here, right?
and
And you gotta
I have to
you
step
gotta
around
type
here and
in,
go like
yeah,
this,
yeah.
and then pull out my little poker thing so I can press a button. And but I went, it was Walmart. I was at Walmart, and I had 4 items.
Oh, like
And
when? No, no. The important factor, like the important variable is when, right?
It was and it was busy. It was busy.
Yeah, right. If it's
It was
busy, you're fucked.
Saturday. It was Saturday. But I was
Saturday, yeah.
but I was sitting there and then one of the girls saw me struggling and she pulled me over to a different till away from there and where she just brought in my stuff and dealt with me because she saw how I was struggling because I can't reach to do the tap. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
reach to press the button.
But you're not
You
gonna
want a
stand in
bag,
line with behind like 4 people with
like
fucking full cars.
with shopping carts like
Yeah, yeah,
taller
yeah.
than me.
And oh,
But
by the way, sorry, I'll let you finish.
but the thing is sometimes I do that because I don't want to deal with the struggle. Like sometimes I have 10 items and I'll stand in a long lineup just because I don't want to deal with like the stretching and asking for help. I don't ask for help. It like we've talked about this where I just about punched you in the face or threatened to because you were trying to help me into a vehicle. Um, I don't like help.
No,
It's
I love that about you. I think that's great. It's like ironically, or uh, like coincidentally, it's like when my kid like I don't know. It's not the same. The indignation the guy wants to cover when I know it's my job to fucking take care of things, right?
but that's something
Ish,
different. That's
yeah.
something different.
But
That's
like, I know I get it. But here, here's the fundamental point. Okay, if if I'm the guy from the office that's going to get it's my turn, Mooney from accounting or whatever, God forbid. If I ever became that guy, just kill me. Like, talk to my children, they'll understand. They'll come and say their goodbyes and just like bring like a 38. But point being, point being is that
45
like,
works better.
yeah, if it was my turn to do the office order for like Starbucks and I know that my order is going to take like 15 fucking minutes, that either I'm going to order ahead or like if there is a line or if there's one or two people, like I'm gonna let like the black coffee guy go, like kind of like the grocery, right? You got a full cart, I got a full cart. Like it doesn't matter if it's you or anyone else, and I know that you got like a box of rice and like fucking whatever, a
Like
chicken.
when I was at
I'm
Walmart,
like, go. Like my parents used to always do that. Like
when
I
I was
only
at
ever go
Walmart,
when they're buying for the family, and it's
I
like,
had
go. Like go in front of us. You can't do it all day, but by the same token, this poor bastard behind you, you wait till someone's got a cart, they can wait like you do. Like that's called consideration, you know?
I had 4 items when I went to Walmart. 2 of them were shorts. And like oh, by the way, this is the season that I buy my clothes. Because the new cargo shorts are out.
Yeah. You
And
look good in
they
shorts, by the way, not for nothing.
but no, but the like my pants that I normally wear are
Or like,
cargo shorts
yeah,
and they I was at Walmart this weekend and they had stuff that actually looked fantastic on my short little ass. But the only thing is the first couple days of wearing them, there's a little long, they drag on the floor. You have to wash them, let them shrink, and then they do. But I got so it's short spying season. Um,
I got. By the way, I got like a great tailor. Like,
I
uh,
don't like the thing is you buy these shorts for $26
yeah.
and they're like I go to tailors. I have a couple tailors I go to.
Okay,
Actually,
so you know what I'm talking about.
like
Yeah,
actually but I prefer if you spend $25, it's buy and go. Buy and put them on. Like
yeah.
and the
That's
shorts
just like
and the shorts work. It's
I know you can't drive anywhere you want to, but like if you're talking about like the most comfortable pair of, like I have a couple right now, most comfortable pair of jeans I ever had. And I'm like, I think both of them, or no, one of them I got online. The other one I had to get like my tailor person lady to like hammer whatever. But I'm like, it was worth it. If you're
well,
comfortable with whatever you got and you're like, it's all good, then fair fucks to you.
oh,
But
I do. It's just you when you buy clothes, you have to wash them because they
But you're like
always
trusting
they,
shrinkage?
but they always shrink. Like pants always
Okay.
shrink. They always do. Yeah,
They actually
I've
don't.
actually they do.
Pants aren't like you, Jimmy.
I don't shrink. I've always been this size. Uh, asshole. Um, I got to switch to beer. I'm turning into angry Jimmy.
Oh wow, it's good.
Oh,
Then they,
This is my second whiskey, by the way.
folks, there may not be a podcast next week. Jimmy
Might quit.
I might get calluses rubbing Jimmy's tummy.
or or get stabbed in the face.
Yeah, it's probably more likely.
But yes, okay. So we both agree that these places need an express line for 2 or 3 items or less.
I like
If you're going in for the office, there has to be a different line. If you're going in for 20, like I've done that before, where I was sent when I worked at the telemarketing company. I had to walk back, and it was across the street, but I had to walk to the office carrying 8
yeah.
fucking coffees. Have you seen a midget carry 8 freaking coffees? Okay, now I'm
Or like
swearing like
you
Mooney.
you could almost do like
But
Starbucks,
they
like
stack it in the
yeah, if you go to Starbucks when they're busy, like it's almost like my pseudo solution was a little bit too like like personal. Like when I go like you have to have more than whatever, but it's more like they should have a separate line that says like more than 5 or more than, like for me, more than 3 orders. Cuz like when you and I go, it's one order. I would like a black coffee. Like I don't want anything in
eh,
it. It's the easiest job ever and
black
you're charging
coffee,
me 5 bucks. Let's rock and
maybe a
roll.
sandwich if it's lunchtime, like
Yeah, like okay. So idea being if you go like 5 items or
5 or
more.
less.
Five items or more. Because like I think that most people that go to Starbucks, like I've never been to Starbucks where there's like 5 people occupying the line in like the spot in front of me in the line. So it's usually 1 or 2 people. So you go 5 items or more. And then that guy stands over there. Meanwhile, like the rest of the people are like shuffling around to like take care of like you, me, and our 2 black coffees. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
like if I'm going to Starbucks or Tim Hortons, a lot of the time I get like a breakfast sandwich or whatever, like if cuz sometimes it's breakfast time. Like
yep. Sure.
when I
You
went
want to do that?
when I went to McDonald's with my cousin before church, she got a coffee and we both got breakfast sandwiches. So we had 3 items. No, this is 3. That's 2. This is 3. 3, 2, 3, 2. Okay,
All right, we got it.
we got it.
Can you do it
Okay,
again, like with those fingers of yours?
3, 2.
I got to tell you though, like the whole genesis of this discussion was like me at uh, my local convenience store, like getting a pop or like a
Oh
Powerade,
yeah.
like getting a Powerade because Kieran and I were at the game the night before, kind of thing. But whatever. And I'm in line, and there's like one person in line in front of me, and it's like 5 minutes because she's got all these tickets. It's like
Oh
this
yeah.
Asian lady, and she's like doing the thing and the check and the ba-ding, ba-ching, and um I don't often go to those. Like you can usually buy your gas like from the pump, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like doesn't it, like you go to a casino like we've been, right? You can't put your thing in a machine and it can go it paid
That
or it
would be
didn't,
ideal if they
right?
did where you put your ticket in and they check it. Okay, no, that's not a winner. Okay, you get 25 cents. You put in another one, blah blah blah. That's how you got $1.50 for your $50.
Yeah, right. You put your nut in the machine. It tells you, okay, all right, here you go. This is it. And And if you have a decision to buy more, then you can go to the people that sell the scratch and win or whatever these people do. Like whatever, it's your business. But they should have a little machine, and I think they do it some. I don't do any of that lottery bullshit,
I
but whatever.
very rarely, like if it's a
But
huge, like
bearing all,
70,000,000, like
maybe these people are like more inconsiderate than I think. But the point is, because I have seen those little machines, but like somebody comes up in front of me and I got like a fucking Powerade, and that guy's got like 5 tickets, and you got to sit there and wait for it. Paching, whoa, and like whatever they do, and I'm like, oh my Christ, I'm just trying to get a fucking
okay,
Powerade over here,
by the way, you know how
and they
they
have
do
two
that?
tills.
By the way, they put that in there and it goes, "Woo!" I just sometimes I just because they put them in and they don't do nothing. I just want them to go for it, like if they win something, they go, "Woo!" If they lose and they go, "Loser!" Like how it does.
Well, that's ironic.
That would be fantastic.
It's
I'm
ironic
just kidding.
because like the government of Alberta wants to like discourage gambling, but they profit. Like there's a
They
in
make
like
their
in St.
most
Albert and
money.
Campbell Park, there's like a AGLC facility that's like literally acreage wise as big as like MGM Grand in Vegas. And
Yeah, because
and
that's
then
where if
and
you
they
win
don't
the
let any
lottery, you have to go there.
they don't let anybody like else gamble. The government has like a corner on the market. So it's like it's ironic that the government and tribes and what have you profit from it. But like where does the morality lie in all of this? Like I'm not sure. But
But
like
but
they have a campaign to tell you not to gamble, but when you
but
win they
they,
go,
they
"Woo!"
but when you lose, they
It's like
go
Pavlov's
woo.
dog.
But when you lose, they go woo. But it's behind the scenes. Woo! I got his money.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
Anyway, the whole point of this whole thing, don't fret, Jimmy, I remember, is that standing in line sucks. And
yeah,
anybody who is a proprietor of any product should take great efforts to ensure that whoever is consuming your product should not be standing in line, right? Like whether it's be behind the guy with the 5 tickets that wants to have them validated or the person at Starbucks.
or you have a line specifically for the lotto.
Yeah, and also like uh maybe we'll talk about it next episode or something, but like kind of an idea wherein you have enough courtesy if you're that guy with the company
That that,
order
that
that before you leave the office, maybe bank it and go pick it up. And or if you're actually in the store and you haven't done that, say, hey, by the way, can you dedicate one employee to my company's request because I don't want to be the guy that's holding up Jimmy and Mooney and the rest of our listeners.
But the thing is though is on Skip the Dishes. Okay, on Skip the Dishes, they actually have
This is
or
okay. By the
okay,
way, is
no
this to
no
change the
just
subject? Because I don't use
no
it.
no this doesn't change the subject. This actually makes it easier for dealing with what you have. If you order on Skip the Dishes, on Starbucks, on Tim Hortons, or whatever for pickup, so you order it from the office, pick up in 15 minutes, then it's a different line if you are because it's already been paid for.
Yep.
So you go there, you pick up the 27 coffees that you've got for the office, and it's you've ordered it on your way to Tim Hortons or Starbucks or wherever you're going. So it does cut back on it. So the the general public have to realize that these places Skip the Dishes isn't only for delivery. You
I know,
can
but
do pickup. You
I know
can
like
do pickup, but you can order it and then like show up in
Starbucks has
pizza.
an app, by the way. Not for
Which
nothing.
you can do the same thing, which
Yeah.
again, you're not waiting in line for half an hour because someone's got 27 coffees. You pre-order it and then you just go there and go, "Hey, I'm ordered 27 or whatever." And thank you.
And especially now with like with AI and like the beauty of AI, that we
I wish
can.
AI could make coffee.
Yeah, I know, but like where you can like, but just like all that stuff. And
Then they turn into Terminators, and then all of a sudden you get AI to make you the coffee, and then they get mad at
speaking of
you and come.
AI,
Oh yeah. Oh,
oh,
it's not playing.
what's going on?
Do you have your phone on silent?
No, I have it on like. Oh, that's too bad. What I was, I thought that'd be a nice segue. We play our new like theme song.
Okay, yeah. Let's get into that one. Uh,
Well, we talked about it before, but
you'll see it at the beginning of the podcast, and
you're hopefully
I
locked
will.
into.
Okay, there's no hopefully I can make it work. I have 7 different ways of being able to pull the audio off there.
Hang on, I'm gonna check.
I'm X radio, dude.
Oh, here you go. I'm glad you're laughing.
You're gonna love this.
Or loathe it. This feels like a Jane Fonda video.
Come on and get it.
You need to film you doing your. Yeah.
Oh,
How good is that?
That's
Like,
fantastic.
greatest theme song ever. Like, not
Because
ever. Like,
when you sent that to me, it I just thought you found another way of looking at
like a
logos.
logo. Yeah.
A logo. I
You
didn't
didn't think
realize that
to
there was,
actually tap it. Yeah.
and then you
Because it
mentioned it,
said Gemini. I get it. Yeah.
and then you mentioned it, and then I clicked on it, and I'm like, oh, that's the
And like
best
for
thing.
my part, I'm like, I sent this to Jimmy like 3 days ago, and Buddy hasn't got back to me. This song is the greatest song ever. Why has he
Oh, it
not
is.
gone? Great,
Oh,
awesome,
it's
even sucks. And then he heard it. Literally, for those of you who are on Rumble, I hope. I don't know if it was on the Rumble
we didn't.
pregame.
We
Yeah,
weren't live. We weren't live then.
yeah, but holy cow! Like that's a really
Well,
good.
it's like that was that's even better than the Laverne and Shirley theme that we had on the first couple podcasts.
Maybe
It,
Circling the toilet bowl of loathing and hatred.
so happy.
The bold and short of it. You're gonna love this. Ah, the bold and short of it. Come on,
okay,
get it.
it's fantastic. This is that that that's made April of
I know.
2026 for me.
Like,
It's
like, yeah.
oh, that is fantastic. Yes, so hopefully I can figure, which I can do. It will be our beginning theme and ending theme on our podcast, and it's the ball and
Henceforth, yeah.
henceforth from this day forth.
Like as per Gandalf, but um, yeah. The important thing just to conclude our last discussion is like, if you're the guy that's gonna hold people up, like, like somehow find that small part of your mind that like that goes, oh wait a minute, I don't want to be that guy that holds you up. Like I got a glass of Powerade, and you have 5 tickets. We're not talking about a 20 people lineup at the fucking Petro Canada. So like, go okay, go ahead, fella. Because guess what? If I'm you, I'm gonna let someone go ahead of me. It's
But
called like communal values.
if I'm going to 7-Eleven, I don't do that crap. I might have actually their nutrition whatever supplement shots or whatever. I usually buy, but I just put my shit on the counter. They run it through. I go out.
Yeah, no
Like
problem. Like same
So,
with Starbucks, same thing. Again, like I'm not sitting here playing the victim card. I know what it's like to live in a society. Like imagine if we were in Tokyo or something. Like I know that it could be way worse than here in like Podunk, Edmonton. But by the same token, it's kind of like if your order or efforts, like they try to be congenial. Because I know that if it was me, I would do that. What do you think about that, Jimmy?
you lost me at Podunk, Edmonton. What the frick does that mean? We're a big city.
I know we are like
But why Podunk? Like I understand, Podunk, like
no,
Cameron or Podunk
I'm
Tabor,
sorry.
like it's
I shouldn't have said it that way. Okay, I'm sorry
yeah,
that
like
I'm
you
sure
you
that I riled
downgraded
you
our
up,
city
Jimmy.
to you downgraded our city from a
I'm
city
sorry. You're right.
from the capital of frickin' Edmonton to Podunk, Edmonton.
The
We we
capital
we
of
we we
Alberta.
are the asshole of Alberta or Edmonton.
We're the
Like that's how
capital
you.
of Alberta. But my
Yes.
point is simply that, like, um, compared, like, I'm sorry you missed it, but my idea was like compared to Tokyo, Japan, or like, like Seattle, Washington, or whatever. We're like a small, maybe we're small, but at the same time, there's still, maybe we're podunk. So what I mean is small.
We are
Like,
technically speaking, we're larger market in Canada, not compared to the states. You don't want to compare to countries that have more
no, I'm
population,
saying compared
but
to
we
them,
are a major market for most things.
I'm saying compared to them, like we're smaller, and maybe to you, those people in Tokyo were podunk. But here, if you live here and you have those orders and you're gonna tom fuck, like at least have the courtesy to be like as courteous as your parents were. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay, so on a different note,
On what now?
on a different note, this is going to be an interesting podcast. We're on an hour and 42 minutes in. Plus, no, actually, yeah, ish, about an hour and a half in. And let's get into sports.
So the Edmonton Oilers, good, nice, like 5 win in a row run, at where we only won 3 in a row, like twice the whole year, and nothing more. And we played the Knights. That was the game that Kieran and I were at, and we were disappointed with the loss, but my disappointment was mitigated by the exuberance of spending time with my son. But as an Oiler fan, like watching the game, we're missing Draisaitl and Hyman. The power play was like that. We've scored 2 power play goals since Draisaitl's been out, even when Hyman was in, and then Hyman's out, and these guys are one-shot scorers. We had our chances. There's 5 games yet left in the Oilers season. We are going to be like one of the top 2 or 3 like teams in the Pacific Division. If we're really lucky, we'll be number 1 and we'll play Utah in the first round. But the greater likelihood is we play Vegas in the first round. Jimmy and I will have like playoff coverage after that. But Oilers are going to make the playoffs, but we have 5 games left, and the hopeful Oiler fan wants them to battle through and get first place. The negative Oiler fan goes like, we'll be lucky to make the Pacific, but truthfully, like we're going to end up, as I said, playing Vegas or Utah. And that's about it for the Oilers news. And let's just all pray and hope that Hyman and Draisaitl come back in and around the beginning of the playoffs.
Okay, so I have a question.
Okay.
So you said Jimmy and I will have coverage of that.
Yeah.
Jimmy doesn't speak during the sports. Jimmy just sits and takes a nap.
Yeah, but we'll be like, we watched the game
Oh,
at Sherbrooke.
it's
Playoff hockey, man.
Our podcast will have coverage, not Jimmy and I. It's our podcast.
I'm sorry, semantics.
Just saying.
Like,
How much during our
the
sport?
bald and short of it is you and me.
But how much of our sports do I speak?
No, but like, okay, like,
I'm just saying because usually I take a nap or go get a beer, go pee, or whatever.
all right.
Um,
Well,
but
then you probably don't want to hear
but
about the Blue Jays. And you know what? I'm
okay,
not
no,
even.
no, no.
I'm gonna
Like,
take a like. I have no good news about the Blue Jays, but also Major League Baseball like is 162 games, and like when we started the season, 3 of our 5 starters were out, and we were playing the Dodgers this week, and our bats aren't humming, so we won't even talk about the Blue Jays because who wants bad news? So that's it for sports.
no, it's not
Oh,
because
hang on.
no,
You're
no,
right.
no, no.
Because Team Canada lost the World Curling Championship to Scotland. And I know you're going somewhere else. I'm done.
I
Go
will
ahead,
make your
Jimmy.
death look like an accident. Um,
Tabor.
Tabor,
Let's go.
Tabor, Alberta was named the winner of Kraft Hockeyville 2026.
Yep.
So they are getting money like so they're doing hometown hockey in Tabor,
Yep.
so an exhibition game and all that kind of stuff, and to update the rink which may have blown up. Um,
No, it did blow up. It was.
no, I know
I read the article too.
but not only did I read the article, I was sent 27 different articles from 107 different people.
Yeah,
Anyone
like
that's
you're a
ever
Tabor
known,
guy.
like
You're born and raised Tabor. Like, yeah. Or raised at least Tabor.
I for those who are new to the program, I grew up there. I was there from the grade 3 all the way up till I was 25 and like it's my hometown. My family still lives there.
100%.
My family has a business there. Um, my dad passed away there, so I have huge connection to Tabor, and this is exciting. Like it's actually really cool. So
I agree.
hometown hockey is going to be in Tabor, frickin' Alberta, and that is huge.
I think
And
it's awesome. Yeah, like so for those that weren't listening the last few episodes, uh hometown hockey, they donate like $250,000 to local like communities or rinks, like to like do work to keep the game going.
repair to keep the
Yeah,
game going.
basically. And Tabor had that accident, and when we talked about it a week or two ago, I was really skeptical because the other one was Tumbler Ridge,
Yeah.
where the trans shooter and whatever. But it's all based on votes, and you know, guess Tumbler
By,
Ridge
by the way,
fell off the news cycle.
I voted several times. Actually,
Yeah, yeah,
I had a number of friends like that live in Tabor, the Tabor area, that were tagging me on a vote, 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 and
yeah.
because my first,
I'm glad Tabor won. By the way,
but in a personal note, my first exposure to live hockey was in Tabor. It was in the Tabor rink, and
sure.
it was an exhibition game where the Calgary Flames came down,
Yeah,
and I saw Lanny McDonald play,
yeah. He's from Hannah.
and yeah, he's an Alberta boy, baby,
Yeah, big time.
and he was
And his mustache, like the both of them are
oh
from
yeah no,
Alberta.
both grew in Alberta,
Yeah,
but I met him as an adult. I met him as a kid, and
nicest fellow.
when I met him as an adult, I have pictures. I got to find them. Um, it it was fantastic.
Yep.
Like, but I look back and it was something I did with my dad. Like you always grip
Yeah,
on things that like, and you can't say this enough. You have to spend time with your family, with your parents, with your brothers, your
your
sisters,
cousin.
your cousins.
Yep.
Like you have to spend time with your family because you don't know how long we have. We it's not determined. And
It's funny that you mentioned that because when Kieran and I were watching the game on Saturday, it's like McDavid did his McDavid thing, and he rolled through it like the only thing he didn't do was score, but it was just like with like his
he just
full
went
talent,
he did
Yeah, McDavid did McDavid things.
he did the McDavid.
Yeah, and his full talent was on display, and like I'm sitting there with my kid, and uh, he's 20 now, but I'm like, we both have a beer in our hand, and I'm like, listen, kid, like this reminds me of what my pop said to me when we were watching Gretzky, and it's like, don't forget this because there'll come a time, like where uh, you'll be able to tell your son that you saw that happen. So
It's
yeah,
keep track of the memories. It's easier
hmm
to keep track of the memories now than it was when we were kids because you have these funny things in your hands called cell phones. They can do selfies, you can do pictures of the game
yeah,
and remind you of. Whereas our like memories of you growing up is no different than me is we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have that stuff to kind of
yeah.
do that. But
Well,
grasp the moments is what I'm saying.
yeah, I had this. Yeah, I'll figure it out later. But anyway, I have a tablet that's always beside my desk, and there's a picture of me and Kieran, or Kieran and me, and it's like when he was a little fella. I mean, there's 100, but like, um, yeah, yeah. Never forget that. Like when you're in the moment, don't forget it. But so yeah, like Tabor, I'm really happy about Tabor. And in fact, obviously, I was cheering for him because um, they deserved it. And you know, what else do you want to talk about?
We got a lot of stuff to talk about, and by the way, I have kind of decided that I might do a Splinter podcast.
Oh, wait a minute. Like, what do you mean a Splinter podcast?
Okay, so
What are you, Sting? Are we the police? Like, are you going
no,
solo?
I'm not going totally solo.
Oh,
I'll still do it under the bald and short of it kind of
I'm so
podcast.
sorry, Jimmy, when I told you I was a talent. I was just kidding. Like, we know that you're the songwriter.
Okay, so
Like, are you
oh,
David Lee Roth, like, stinging, like, the Bald and
oh
Short of It podcast? Even after
okay,
I came up with this great, maybe that me coming up with the song was like an act of desperation to keep
okay,
you in the band.
no, 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 I'm not going that way. Like, here's the thing. So, actually, Disney just released this week. It was the Mull. The- oh, I lost it. You totally lost my train of thought. Mull, the Shadow Lord. So, I used to do a podcast. It was called the Jedi Jimmy
Teddy
Podcast.
Jimmy, yeah, like we
And
all know about that.
then I which is also on this YouTube page, which I switched to the Jim Bits podcast. Now I'm the like I've had so many freaking podcasts I don't even know. Um,
We're on
but
episode 41, so obviously it's this falls in the same category as that
yeah, it's just
Tom fuckery.
but mine's all drinking, all Star Wars. So I'm actually going to be doing a two-part episode coming up soon. Um, on this podcast network, uh, which I'm going to be talking about Darth Maul Shadow Lord. So my first episode will be dealing with the backstory of after Darth Maul was killed in or supposedly killed in the Phantom Menace to how he got robot legs, and then leading into the Darth Maul Shadow Lord, which looks fantastic. I watched the first 5 minutes today, and I'm like, ooh, like
So
the
is this like so everyone understands? Like
it's
there's a
it's
there's a new
it's a
Disney
Disney
kind of like the
Plus
Mandalorian TV
no
like
Disney Plus series called
yeah
the Maul Shadow Lord, and it's voiced
about
by
Darth Maul.
it's all Darth Maul, and Ray Park actually isn't part of it because it's animated. Like you know how they do the green screen stuff where they
Sure,
follow.
yeah, yeah.
So he does all the lightsabers stuff in that, and so stoked. And
But
I'm gonna
like
do a backstory leading up to it. It's six kinds of fucking awesome. Um,
I'm glad that you're like excited about it. Are you going to be doing it between now and next week? Like,
yes, I
are you
will.
going to
I
be doing your solo project?
between
Like,
now and
this is how
but,
bands
but
break up, by the way.
okay, and just so you know, we're not a band. We're a duo. Um, we're
Yeah,
not a
like
band.
it's
We're a
semantics.
duo.
Semantics. It's like you're going to go solo. All right, that's fine.
And just so you know, I
Tune
am
to
a midget.
passive aggressive you to
And
death.
just so you know, I am a midget. We go low. Um, it's not solo. It's just low.
So what
Um,
what you're doing though right now is like on our podcast that we share equally 50-50 like a couple. And we talked earlier about how, I was worried about the relationship.
but just if I'm inducted,
Think you're like
here's
doing your own thing
hey,
now and
but
like
think
I know like Steve is just we're just friends.
okay, Mooney, look at this like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Okay, the podcast Hall of Fame. Okay, so we go from the Bald and Short of It podcast. We might be inducted into the podcast Hall of Fame, but
Oh, maybe not.
so should the Bald Ish and Short of It podcast. Um,
Point being is that I think that what you're saying is that like you're so excited about this new Darth Maul series that you want
I
to do
don't
a
want to be
separate thing.
I don't want to be interrupted by you. Just
Yeah,
saying.
then that's awesome. And it's like kind of like actually it's ironically kind of like me talking about the playoffs going Jimmy and I are going to be talking about the playoffs.
And
Right? Cuz
Jimmy's
I'm
gonna
like the
be
sports guy and you're the Star
and
Wars guy.
and Jimmy's just sitting there going.
Yeah.
Jimmy's just going.
But you've been included in that kind of stuff like
No, I have, but it's
yeah.
just. But there's a lot of nerds. Like I'm going deep,
You're going deep
deep,
nerd, eh?
deep
Yeah.
nerd. There's so much deep nerd. Like it's like it'll hurt your
Do you
nerd
still have
center.
like a semi audience or I'm sure you do. Like there's like a whole like nerditry like conference of guys that like
Did you
like,
just say nerditry?
that like
Okay.
like you're all like, oh my god, Dad Maul. By the way, like okay, allow me to just say this to close this topic, hopefully. Um
Or my yeah.
uh like you think Darth Maul was supposed to be like the Darth Vader of like the new version, like the prequel of Star Wars, right? And
Yes.
you don't have to tell me whether you agree with me or not. I'm just like some guy that watches movies and grew up on Star Wars and had all the toys and whatnot because I was young enough when it came out. Blah blah
And
blah
you
blah
were
blah.
rich. Yeah, yeah.
No, like I was not rich. Like my parents,
Sorry, my
no,
bad.
no, my
Sorry, no,
parents
that
were
was
not rich. My
so,
parents just grinded. That's it. They weren't
no,
rich.
no. Okay, sorry. My bad.
Not for nothing, but uh
Actually,
and
I'm
and
pretty
like
sure our growing up was similar.
Yeah, like very similar. Like your dad just kept working harder, and luckily, when you're older, like yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. Point being is that like Darth Maul was supposed to be the Darth Vader of the prequel, right? Whereas
He
like
was Phantom Menace, and yes,
yeah, and I've said this more than once on this podcast. It's like the best drama is created by the biggest enemy, right? And Darth Maul was not like there was no hatred, there was no cutting off of hands, there was no like
he was cut in half.
no Darth Maul was cut in half,
And
but
and
he
and and Qui-Gon Jinn was stabbed through the chest. How is that not hatred? Like
maybe
I'd much
maybe
rather have my hand cut off than being stabbed in the
maybe
chest.
maybe the prequels would have benefited by having Darth Maul endure throughout them like
He
Darth
did,
Vader.
he did, but in the this is why you want to. This is why you want to listen
He
to.
existed in the nerd world, and
Okay, this is why you want to listen to the Short of It podcast,
I'll listen to short of it.
and which actually has the same logo, but your face is crossed out. Um, just saying.
Um, whatever. Like, you want
But
to do you want to do your solo thing? I'm like, you know,
it
good.
like
It's like,
me going
yeah,
solo is like
break the
David Lee Roth going
break.
solo from Van Halen. Like
Yeah,
and
the,
what do you
the
think about what do
the
you
the
think
best
about
selling
David?
Van Halen album of all time was like For Unlawful Carnage Launch. So
And
David Lee Roth never touched that.
but then you have David Lee Roth with Nothing Like Paradise
Yeah,
with
that didn't
Steve
like at the
with
end of the
with
day, like
with Steve Vai on guitar. Steve
no,
Vai was no Steve Vai was on guitar on Nothing Like Paradise. 100% he was.
it's just like Paradise.
Just
And
like
by the way,
whatever.
like his first solo show in Edmonton, I was there, row 5, and loved the guy. Uh, and I don't think that Just Like Paradise was the song from Eat 'Em and Smile.
Because he did California Girls.
Yeah, he had that EP with like California Girls and Coconut Grove and whatnot. But Eat 'Em and Smile, I don't think Just Like Paradise was from Skyscraper. Uh, I'm a fan, by the way, and I love David Lee
Oh
Roth, but
yes.
his solo career did not eclipse Van Halen's
Oh no,
after he left.
hundred
Kind of like if
percent.
Jimmy's little side deal, like solo
Okay,
project.
you realize I've been doing solo
That's
projects. I've been doing solo projects before we became a podcast.
yeah,
Just saying. Like if you look at the YouTube channel that this podcast is on, there's a bunch of shit on here that
this is all
Mooney
Jimmy.
wasn't involved.
Totally,
It's all Jimmy,
I'm here to say
all the
it's all
time.
Jimmy. Yeah,
All Jimmy all the time. And if you
and
love Jimmy,
I reckon that all the people that love you from the radio thing and whatever, we don't have to get into it.
and
Um,
and and your friends,
which make up like admittedly a very small percentage of the following of your thing. Um, uh, like yeah, like here, no, this is the one. This is Eat 'Em and Smile with Steve Vai, Greg Bissonette, and Billy Sheehan. He basically hired the best musicians ever.
this isn't Eat 'em and Smile.
It totally is.
Oh yeah, it is.
Like you
No,
should
it's
have put
Yankee.
that band together.
No, it's Yankee Rose.
Yeah,
This is Yankee Rose, which was
from Eat 'Em and
Steve-
Smile. Just
which-
Like Paradise is from Skyscraper, which
Okay,
was
yeah.
his second solo album.
Okay, Yankee
And
Rose was good, and Steve
yeah,
Vai being able to do that with the guitar. Come on.
by the way, yeah, that band was awesome. And like there were more like I had that record. That was the tour I saw him. Shy Boy, like I'm Easy. Like he had a really great like Going Crazy. Like, oh my god, like Tobacco Road. All I'm saying is that his solo career did not eclipse Van Halen's efforts with the new guy. So you want to do your little podcast, and I didn't mean little in a pejorative way. like, like
I'm a midget. I'm okay with the little.
I almost want to be part of that pod. Like, actually, I'll just say this. My fundamental point is that, like, if you want to talk about heaven and hell, good and bad, if you actually have a show about Darth Maul and his origin, it basically admits that the prequel, Phantom Menace, like the other two movies, was like just bullshit because the villain wasn't evil enough. Like, because no one's gonna make a series about a guy who's an asshole.
Uh, we do a podcast with a guy that's an asshole. And I did
All
a
right,
radio show
all
for
right,
8 fucking years with a guy that's an
all
asshole.
right, all
So
right,
it's
all right. Fair
like,
fox.
really, do you wanna go there? Okay.
No,
Okay, but
you get points
okay,
for saying that.
okay, so we will do a bit going forward where I'll pull a couple of clips of me doing the podcast, and
Yeah,
you can
dump them in.
and you can comment on it.
100%.
I'll
I like,
send a clip to you,
and
and
you know
then
what?
you'll
Like, don't even send it to me. Like, I want to do it live. And you know why we
yes,
can
but
do
I
that?
just don't know how we can get it to play on here. Uh,
You can. There's
that's
a share that the whole thing's better, but like we can. You know why we can do that? Because we're
Full of loathing and hatred. The bold and short of it. You're gonna love this.
this is fantastic. Oh, uh, I get nothing but joy.
come on and get it.
I get I get nothing but joy from and I was introduced to that today. I want to add that as my ringtone. On a different note, let's we were talking earlier about the AI roast. Is that what Grok roast?
Yep, the Grok roast. That was
And
what Elon Musk was talking about on Rogan,
and
and he's
and we each
like
put in
he was
some
like, bring it to a party or a dinner party or hang out with your friends, and
or on a
a-
podcast.
yeah, like, well, he never said that. We're trying it. Maybe we're pioneers. Maybe it's the first time, but that was a thing uh, that we talked about last podcast, and we promised our dear listeners that we tried this time, and we kind of gave each other bait to give to Grok because like they can't roast you if they don't know who you are. So I had bait, and Jimmy had bait,
Yeah.
and
You
it
added
was
things,
self
I added
chosen.
things.
But
Yes.
like I was looking at your bait on our episode notes, and it says former radio host. I would rather call it local media personality.
Okay, that works.
So like, let me try it and let's just see what it says. Okay, are you okay with that?
Yes.
All right. Hey Grok, my podcast partner Jimmy White and me on the Bald and Short of It podcast would like you to do a roast of the two of us. Um, I'm a real estate agent. I'm a real estate agent, an Oilers fan. I play drums and guitar, and I love yacht rock. Jimmy is a local media personality. He's a Star Wars fan and loves hair metal.
And a
And
midget.
as a little bit of a note, he's a midget, and he's thinking of going solo. Do you have any kind of roast for us?
All right, here's a quick roast for you two. Chris, real estate agent by day, yacht rock sailor by night, selling $1 million views while you're stuck in your short king condo, strumming Toto on the guitar. At least the Oilers give you something to cheer for, even if they never win. Jimmy, local media hotshot, bald Star Wars nerd blasting hair metal, short enough to fit in a stormtrooper helmet, but thinking of going solo? Bold move, buddy. Who's going to carry the mic for you? Together, you're the bald and short of it. Perfect for a podcast no one can see, just like your heights. Want me to tweak it or add more?
Oh, you got to come heavier than that, sweetheart.
I just about peed
All right,
myself.
gloves off then. Chris, you're out here selling houses like anyone trusts a guy whose head barely clears the kitchen counter. Oilers fan? Bro, you've been blue-balled by that team since before you could drive. Talk about commitment issues. Yacht rock on guitar and drums? Cute. You're basically the human equivalent of a Kenny Loggins deep cut. Smooth, forgettable, and nobody under 50 cares. Jimmy, you bald little gremlin. You're not a midget.
Jimmy's the midget. I'm the bald guy. Chris is the bald guy. Jimmy's the midget.
She flipped it.
Bring us
around.
better game.
Got it. Swapped. Chris, you bald bastard, you're out here selling real estate with a head smoother than the marble countertops you're pushing. Oilers fan, that team's been choking harder than you do trying to grow hair. Yacht rock on drums and guitar, you're basically a walking Kenny Loggins tribute act. Smooth, dated, and only appreciated by guys who remember when gas was cheap. Jimmy, you tiny Star Wars gremlin, hair metal blasting from a body that could fit in a stormtrooper's backpack. Local media personality, more like local sideshow attraction. Thinking about going solo? Bold, when your whole brand is being the short guy next to the bald guy. You're not a midget, you're a fun-sized footnote. You two are the bald and short of it. Perfect for a podcast nobody can see, just like your hair and your stature. Want me to go harder, or is that the vibe?
No, we're good.
Jimmy says we're good, but Mooney says go harder.
Oh my God, that's fantastic.
All right, Mooney, you asked for it. Here we go. Chris, you bald-headed real estate shark, your dome shinier than the granite you're peddling to suckers. Oilers fan, that team's been letting you down longer than your hairline has. You're out there drumming and strumming yacht rock like some middle-aged Kenny Loggins cosplayer. Smooth grooves for guys who peaked in the 80s. Jimmy, you little Star Wars obsessed gremlin, hair metal blasting from a body that needs a step stool for the mic. Local media personality, more like the world's tiniest hype man. Going solo? With what, your personality? You're basically a fun-sized Darth Vader action figure who traded the Force for Bon Jovi. You two clowns circling the toilet bowl of loathing on your little podcast. Perfect. Bald sells houses nobody wants. Short yells into the void nobody hears. Keep it up, legends. Want me to keep roasting, or are you tapping out?
Oh, you hit the target, sweetheart.
Oh, we're good. Holy I just peed. Holy crap. She called me a gremlin 4 freaking times. Like, especially when
Okay.
she called you short, me bald, and I'm like,
I'm
no.
telling you right now.
That is-
Like we're doing an X account and we're fucking tagging Elon Musk
Oh,
because this is
all-
exactly what he was talking about
all
on
I
Rogan when he goes, "Hey, you got to do the roast, right? Like,
Oh
you
my
imagine you're
God.
hanging, you have a dinner party with your friends, and everyone's actually kind of cool and they have humility. Like, how good would that be?
Oh my God, that was fantastic. Like,
You know, she was right. You know,
yeah, you're a loser. Oh my, oh, that was fantastic. So
that's a great
Let's-
way to maybe end it. I don't know, like.
let's end on a good note. This was the Bald and Short of It podcast. I am James P. White. That is Chris Mooney. He is bald. Take off your frickin' hat. And I'm short, and I have great hair. Look at that shit. Like, I'm sexy as hell.
Thick as fucking thieves.
We are thick as fucking thieves. This is the Bald and Short of It podcast. See you next time.
Circling the toilet bowl.